This is the server and your application, your ASP.NET application. I'll write app here, and suppose this is a remote browser and the browser is making a request to you. This application can request this browser, can ask this browser to create a small piece of information on the computer. This information can be anything like you must have seen remember me. This information might be just a small piece of yes or no like thing that the person is remembered, or maybe his user ID is remembered, as you must have seen sometimes user ID is already entered for you. That is because of a cookie. So ASP.NET Core application can ask a remote computer to store some information under some name. The name is the name of the cookie. Let us say you give a name underscore name to the cookie. So this sort of a file will be created on the computer and some information is written into it. This information can be about 4 kilobytes in length, but protocol you should check always. Then there is an expiry date associated with the cookie. So if this client browser now makes a request to your remote server the next time, when it makes the request the next time, then it will send all your cookies to you, all those cookies which are active, which have not yet expired. It will send to your server as a name value pair. So your server can read that. It can read the name of the cookie and the contents inside it. So it can make use of that information. Typically it pre-enters or pre-fills your text boxes, or maybe your color preferences, font preferences. All that can be done with the help of a cookie. So cookie is a part of HTTP protocol. You can have a detailed understanding of this on the Mozilla documentation website. So that is what I recommend, but now let me come to the point, and we will now discuss the process of reading, writing and cookies and deleting cookies in respect of ASP.NET Core. First of all, what is the code snippet to write a cookie? The steps are that you create cookie options. I'll come to the detailed code in a moment, but let me explain. You will create cookie options, op is equal to new something whatever, and then you can set the properties like op.expires, the date time when it expires, when it will be treated as ended, and you can add more options. And after that you have to call the method, your program has to call the method response dot cookies dot append. And what do you append to that? You append the name of your cookie as the first parameter. Second is the data whatever you want to write, and third is these options. These options are written as the third parameter of response.cookies.append method. So this is a brief code about how to write a cookie using ASP.NET Core, and we will just come in a moment to how to actually write it. The next is about how to read a cookie. Like when your client has made a request to you, how you will read it on the server side. Now what you get from the client side is called a request, and what you send to the client is called the response. So when you give an order to the client, you write response dot, and when you accept a request, you write request. So when your remote client has sent you all the cookies, how will you read a specific cookie out of that? The code is request dot cookies dot try get value. So this is a one line code which will be true, and here you will pass parameters. The first parameter is the name of the cookie that you want to read, and the second is an out parameter, out string val, like some identifier val. If your remote client sends a cookie of this name, then this val will contain the data, and this method try get value will return true. If it doesn't, then it will return false, and this parameter will not be available to you. So try get value is the correct approach as I felt, but there are many other ways also. You can access it as a collection like many people do, write underscore name, but make your mind on one thing. We'll use request.cookies.try get value followed by the name of the cookie and an out string val, so that as soon as you get the data you can read the val parameter. Next, let me come to how to delete a cookie. Deletion is again a response coming from the remote server. Now the remote server is asking the client to remove the cookie. So we will use response dot cookies dot delete. This is the method, and in the parameter you will pass the name of the cookie and the cookie will be cleared away. This is the easiest and the most practical way of removing a cookie. So you can delete a cookie, read a cookie, write a cookie, and now let us come to a sample application that I have created, and I'll explain the various parts of that application to you.